I think I.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to probably the last double header fans dugout of this IPL. So it's great to have all you guys here, and things have been pretty interesting so far. With RCB losing yesterday, it just got more interesting, and now it all boils down to the run rate probably if results don't go as we expected. But this IPL has been thrilling so far, and we're definitely expecting the thrill to go down to the wire. So you have two interesting matches today, actually, very interesting. It's CSK versus KXIP in the first one, and Rajasthan Royals versus KKR in the second. So, although CSK is the only team that might not have a chance to qualify for the playoffs, they still can spoil this party for many teams. So, it'll be quite interesting the first match to see who wins. So, let's start with the CSK fans in the house tonight, who probably have the rest of the other fans backing them as well today because their performance can decide who gets to go in the playoffs for this season. So let's start with Samay. Samay, what do you expect from your team today? And do you think CSK can spoil the party for the rest of the teams today?
I think that like as I said in previous fence dugouts as well. Uh, I have always believed that the competition should always on till the last game of the IPL, and this has been we are witnessing in this IPL as well. Also, I mentioned that the top teams will definitely choke in the last, and that's what we are witnessing with RCB four continuously, three continuously, and Delhi four continuously. It's good to see that RR has come back with the form of Ben Stokes and Sanju Samson from the two matches, and they've somehow figured out the top order that Uthappa, Stokes, Samson, and Smith. Same as with Punjab as well after the Gale has came. So the thing is like everything depends on like how Punjab plays today, because if they want to qualify, they have to win this game. Otherwise, the net run rate will come into play, and SRH have positive run rate. They have net run rate, which will like create a big problem for many of the teams, even if they have like same points. So I think that CSK will win today's game as this is the last game for them this season. And yeah, wish to see like MS Dhoni is the last time in this IPL.
Yep. And moving to you, Ashish, what are your thoughts on how CSK might be playing today's game and what game plan they might have for today's game?
CSK is the only team whose tournament is over this time in the IPL. So yeah, it will be quite difficult for I think KXIP as Hyderabad have won last match. So yeah, it will be difficult for Rajasthan, Hyderabad, Rajasthan, Punjab, and KKR also because in the tonight's match KKR against RR. If KKR wins, then net run rate comes into play, and if SRH wins their last game, then it will be completely SRH who will be qualifying for the number 4 spot. So yeah, all fans are praying that CSK should win. All KXIP RR fans are praying that CSK should win. But coming to Punjab points of view, as Gale back in form, the universe boss scored 99 in the last game. Completely angry when he was just one run short from the century. So yeah, we saw KL Rahul. If Mayank is fit, then Mayank and KL, Nicholas Puran can bat as well. But yeah, I think Maxwell not in the form. There is concern for Punjab. But coming to CSK, Rituraj Gaikwad back in form, Raidu, Dhoni, Jagdish not got so many opportunities and not got his batting. So yeah, it will be concern to show some talent of Jagdish, see some talent of Jagdishan. But yeah, Rituraj Gaikwad has I think booked his spot at the opening order.
Yep.
So it will be a complete different match from the point of view of qualifying for the playoffs. As Dhoni has its last outing in 2020, so we all will cheer for him in the last and final time this time in the IPL. So hoping for a great match today.
Yep. And moving to you, Tapan, Kings 11 almost made it a win in the previous match. They could have almost made it 6-6, but it would be hard not to see Kings 11 perform so well in the second half and not make it to the playoffs. So, what are your thoughts on how Kings would be playing today's match, and what mental tactics would they be applying for today's match?
Well, first of all, if they would have won the last game, we would have a very good chance of ending in top two.
Yeah.
But now that's gone out of the window. And looking at the points table, the permutation combinations all applied, Punjab is probably the only team which has everything in their hands. Rest all the teams depend on other teams' performance, like KKR and Rajasthan for that matter. The second match for today, they would need to win from with a very big margin, and then they would be depending again on other teams to they would want the RCB and DC match to have to be a very one-sided match, beat any team, so that their run rate can improve. And only Punjab is the only team which has the upper hand right now because our run rate is not that bad. If we win this match pretty, with let's say with a margin of 5 or 10 runs only, or even then we are going into the playoffs for sure. So this is one thing. uh, Beat any result after that, any team beats any team. Punjab is for sure going to be ending up at number 3 or number 4, depending on the rest of the results. So yeah, I am. Everything is in Punjab's hand right now. If they can go ahead, it's in their own hand. If they want to get knocked out, it's their own hand. And looking at Chennai's last couple of outings, I am convinced that Punjab should be able to walk through pretty easily because if you look at Chennai's last two matches, Chennai scored 100 and Chennai chased 145 runs against RCB in Dubai, I believe, and they won that match pretty convincingly. But last match as well, they were stuck. They were stuck at one time chasing 167, and only Jadeja's couple of sixes in the end, they were able to go ahead and win the match for them. So the batting is slightly a cause of concern right now. So I believe we should be able to go through. That's my belief. I understand everyone is a little sentimental here that it's Dhoni's last outing. It could be Gale's last outing as well. And we all know that in T20s, there's no bigger legend, there is no bigger trendsetter than Chris Gale. So I am hoping that we go through pretty easily today.
Yep, I guess, yeah, CSK were quite in a fix in the last 2 overs. Like they were supposed to score 30 runs in the last 2 overs, but heroics from Jadeja did manage to get them on board. But let's see how the game goes tonight with two of the heavyweights clashing against each other. It's both the kings clashing against each other, so it'll be interesting to watch who makes it through. Moving on to you,
Well,
Ishwinder.
I am.
Just a thing,
I
just a
wear
thing.
my
A friend of
t-shirts very
mine,
carefully.
a friend of
So
mine
today
just joined.
is all about Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Nitin, a friend of mine just joined. She's a KKR fan, so I
yeah,
hope
sure.
it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I did admit her, so that's pretty okay. That's not a problem. Sure. Moving to you, Ishwinder. What are your thoughts on how Kings will go out and perform tonight? And talking about how important this match is for Kings, what are your thoughts on how they'll perform out tonight?
I think that the first match is not just important for Punjab, but also for Rajasthan, Kolkata, and Hyderabad. Um, I think because the match is in Abu Dhabi, to a lot of extent, it can also depend on which pitch it's being played on. Because we've seen that some pitches in Abu Dhabi, they really stop on the batsman. It's not that easy to hit it. One good thing in the match is that it's a day match, so the dew is not going to be that big of a factor. Like we saw in the last match, it was the Rajasthan versus Punjab match, and in the second innings, we did see that the dew played a lot of part. That's why Punjab's best assets are Morgan Ashwin and Ravi Bishnoi. They were not that effective because they were not able to grip the ball that well. So I guess in this match, if they play with the typical Abu Dhabi pitch, which is the one that stops a bit on the batsman and then the boundaries are long as well, then Ravi Bishnoi and Morgan Ashwin, they can really come into the picture. And then, of course, Punjab has some of the best batsmen playing this tournament. So it can be a cakewalk for them if they play on a slow pitch. But having said that, it's Chennai's last game, Shane Watson's last game for sure ever in IPL. Dhoni might play the next season in 5 months. So Chennai would give it their all. They have nothing to lose. So they'll play with that fearless attitude. And that can turn out to be lethal with Punjab, especially when you look at the stakes that are in this match. Punjab can falter.
Yep. Uh, Thank you so much for that, Ayush. And moving to you, Ishwinder, what are your thoughts on how Kings would play today's match? And what are your thoughts on how important a game this is for Kings to win today?
Yeah, definitely a good clash between both Kings. So I think Kings 11 will be on top today. Ashish is laughing and I think it's last for Ran Tahir, Shane Watson in the IPL maybe, and Dhoni can play next IPL, I think. So I completely agree to Ayush. CSK has nothing to lose, but Kings 11 have a lot of things to gain here. If they win here, they can walk straight away to the playoffs. But if we lose here, it could be the end of for the tournament for us. But I think, as per looking the previous record, last year we beated CSK in the last league game. So I think it will be a repeat of the last year. Last year we got knocked out earlier, but still we beated CSK in the last league game. So this year I also do think again we will be able to beat CSK. It is a day game, so I think Dew will not play a big role today because last game, if we were chasing, we could have won that game as well. But Murugan Ashwin and Ravi Bishnoi was not able to grip the ball easily in the last match. So it was difficult for our bowlers to like grip the ball and get the wickets. So I think it will be not a easy game to win for us, but we have to fight. Nothing is easy in this world.
Yep. And
Yeah.
just clear on your topic. Are you expecting any changes from Kings today, or are you happy with how they're lined up in the previous match?
Just like again what I said in the last match, if Mayank is fit, he should definitely be in the 11 because he's our X factor player who performs at the top with KL Rahul. I think if he's fit, definitely he will be in the 11 in place of Deepak Hooda. And I do think so. Maybe we're gonna change. Like if Mayank is fit, we can make him play at the top of the order, and we can drop Maxwell and bring one more bowler. Maybe it's Mujib or Sheldon Cottrell, because Mandeep will go into the middle order, so our batting will be sorted. As like Maxwell is not performing, he's not giving us the overs in the last match. He didn't give us any overs, and he played 6 balls and made 6 runs. Even like Mujib can make 6 balls, 6 runs, so we don't need, I think, Maxwell in the 11 as he has performed in the 13 matches so far. So I think we can get if one more bowler into the 11, it will be good against the CSK.
And moving to you, Tapan, are you expecting the same changes, or are you happy with how Kings played out the last time?
I wouldn't make any drastic changes right now because by this time the teams are settled and everyone is tested. They should have tested players in the earlier phase when they were trying the new combinations. But right now, making any drastic changes, bringing in a guy who hasn't had a game for last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that's it can be a little dangerous for us because you don't have the guarantee that he will be able to perform right away. And we saw that with the Rajasthan Royals. Ben Stokes came in late in the tournament, and he was not able to get going right away. It took him like 3 or 4 games to settle in. So not any big changes. Yeah, Mayank, of course, he is of course a runaway match winner. He has to be in the 11 if he's fit. He's the X factor. He and Chris and Rahul at the top of the order, the top three. They have been doing the bulk of scoring for us, and along with Puran with his quick cameos. So yeah, I would of course get Mayank in and bowler. If we can go for an extra bowler, I would rather go for Sheldon Cottrell because he has played a couple of games. He's still in the game. I believe Mujib has only 1 or 2 games till now. So getting Mujib in right now would not be the wise decision. I believe Sheldon Cottrell, especially on Abu Dhabi pitch, which helps the faster bowlers, that would be a better option for us.
So moving on to Ashish, and please bear with me that I started on start. We just finished the first match first, and then I'll shortly come to you guys. So please bear with me. Moving to you, Ashish. how would you want CSK to line up today? Would you like to see any changes from the team, or are you happy with how your team played out the last time?
No, it's the last league game of the tournament for CSK. So testing new players doesn't make any sense in the last match. KM Asif and Arsai Kishore, they are the only two who have been seated at the bench for this season. So yeah, I don't think that bringing in KM Asif or Arsai Kishore in the last match should be so proved to be crucial for the last match, because testing phase must start from the ninth or 10th match of the tournament. Bringing in the last match of the tournament and in search of talent or spark doesn't make any sense. You have training sessions, training in the nets, so you can rely on training in the net sessions. So bringing in that changes, I don't think. But yeah, CSKs have balance, and it's the last game and tournament is over for CSK this time. So I don't think any change in CSK. Rituraj at number one, top order, and Shane Watson. Yeah, Shane Watson career for CSK, I think it's over, so we can give a farewell match for Shane Watson this time. And Fab du Plessis is a match winner for us. So I don't think Fab du Plessis makes this time in the last match. He will be played in the next season. So yeah, and coming to Punjab, I think that in place of Glenn Maxwell, I want to see Jimmy Neesham, because he is a bowling as well as batting all rounder. If opening order collapse of Punjab, he can prove to be crucial, because Maxwell is not in form. So this will be the main concern, because completely off season for Maxwell, and Jimmy Neesham can give perform the runs he has performed in the finals of the World Cup. So yeah, at place of Maxwell, I want to see Jimmy Neesham, and bowling lineup is settled for Punjab. Ravi Bishnoi, Dew came in for the last game, so that's why gripping it hard for the spinner. So it's a day game, no dew factor. It will be complete different conditions of the night. So I don't think any dew will be coming, because it's a day game completed at 6:30 evening. That game will be over. So no dew coming in, and no changes as well in CSK. And yeah, and coming to Punjab, I think Jimmy Neesham should get a chance. And if Mayank is fit, he is a complete match winner for Punjab. So if Mayank is 100% fit, he will be definitely be in the playing 11 in place of Deepak Hooda, and he will be promoted up the order, opening with KL Rahul. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Yep. And coming to you, Samay, are you happy with what Ashi suggested, or would you like to see any different changes from your team today?
I think that like all the matches played on the ground, uh, the matches they played in night, the teams, they have chased, they have won the games. But in afternoon games, the team they have batted first, they have won the games. So it clearly shows that the dew factor really matters in the night and not in the afternoon session. So I think that Dhoni will stick with the same thing, but we know that you can't really say anything, because till before the last game, everyone was saying that Shane Watson is out from the playing 11. So it is a statement that his career is over with the CSK and everything. And then he came in the last playing 11, like in the last match. So we never know anything regarding playing 11. Same with Mr. Center and Lungi Engedi. No one was expecting that they will be playing the game in the last. But they made their themselves into playing 11. So, but as I think, like there should not be any changes. Maybe as what Ashish said regarding Shane Watson, if this is last IPL season with CSK, then this might be the last match. If not, the previous one was the last match. So
And
you never know that.
90% Shane Watson career has been over, because he'll complete 40 when the next IPL will be in the March April. He'll complete 40. So I don't think Shane Watson will be back again in CSK, and it's the last match and farewell match for Shane Watson.
Just
So
a
you
thing,
never
just a
know
thing,
that
just
he
a
will
thing.
be
If
getting
you're
the
giving a
farewell match
farewell
in this
match to
kind of.
Shane Watson, can you also give a farewell match to Kedar Jadhav as well? Like, just get rid of him. Just get rid of him. No need.
He's your
No.
uncut. He's not going anywhere.
Everyone is yeah. Same thing with Unatkar.
Yeah.
He's your
That's what
uncut.
I'm.
He's
That's
not
what I'm
going
saying.
anywhere for
That
sure.
you
No.
never know that he's gonna get farewell or not. Like it's not nothing like that. Maybe he would have got the farewell in last match, and CSK have looking forward to win this match and then make the competition more clearable. Because if KXIP wins today's match, the competition will be again interesting. Because then again the race will be on for other teams. Like because if KXIP loses today's match, they will be out for sure from the tournament. Same in the second match as well. From KKR, RR, whoever teams loses, they will be out from the tournament. So if KXIP wins today's match, then 14 points, then again the net run rate will come into play. because everything will be going into last match of the season, SRH versus AMI. So if SRH wins that match, then all teams will be automatically out. But yeah, and they, in that case, then the teams which have been going with the speed of rabbit, RCB and DC, one team might get out of the playoffs if KXIP win today's match with a good margin and SRH wins the other match as well. Then RCB versus DC, only one team will qualify for the playoffs, and I hope that that should happen. And coming to Kings 11 Punjab, I don't think any changes will be there. If Mayank Agrawal is fit, he should definitely play, because if you look at the initial stage of the KXIP, initial phase, only Rahul and Mayank were the players who were batting extraordinary for the Kings 11 Punjab. When the Kings, like Chris Gayle came, then the things changed for the whole team. But by that time, Mayank Agrawal got injured. I think that if he's fit, somehow he should play. If he's not confident, he should not play. Other than that, the team is like no changes for me from CSK or Kings 11 Punjab.
Yep. And finally, coming to the second match, which is also very interesting, and which might also be a knockout for both the teams. So it's a really important game for both the teams. Let's start with the one KKR fan we have here. Hi, Deepika. What are your thoughts on how important a game this is for KKR today, and what do you think their strategy might be for today's game?
This is a very important match for us. It's like a do or die situation, and as I've seen that it's a spin friendly, so we need to look out for the spinners like Sunil Laran should be on the top priority. And we need to see like our main priority should be the batting lineup, which has been a mess in the last few matches as we have seen. Like most of the matches we've lost because of the batting lineups, and the fielding needs to be tackled like with little bit of strategy. And this is I feel now. And the opening should be seen, the opening pair, which is always changing. So Shubman Gill and Rahul Tripathi should be the opening pair, according to me.
I think KKR did struggle with their batting lineup in the past few matches, and
Yes.
I think that is what can decide today's
They
game.
have the lowest NRR, so if they have to make a place in the playoffs, they need to beat RR and get the 14 points, and that's the way they can be in the playoffs lineup.
It's a must-win for
Just one addition. Just one
Even that
addition is
is not
that
going
even
to
if
help either. They need to win it
yeah
with a huge margin, and then
Yes.
they will
yeah
need to depend on
other
RCB
teams.
versus
DC.
DC to be a very one-sided match, and they would want to have the other team.
Last match.
The
SRH.
last match, SRH should lose for sure,
Yeah.
and there are
All
a lot of permutation combinations with that, and that is not possible, I believe, because RR would be throwing all the will be coming all guns blazing as well. And looking at the form of their players, it is not going to be a one-sided match for sure. I can guarantee you it's not going to be a one-sided match. It's going to be
At the
a
same
toughly
time,
contested
SRH
match.
losing the match against MI is also a big thing because MI has already got the 18 points. They might not play like obviously they'll be in their form, but SRH will try to get those points to be in the race, and they are in pretty good form
And
as we've seen from the last matches.
Mumbai
yeah.
is the
So
deciding factor right now. MI is
yeah
the deciding team right now. They can actually choose their contestants whichever they
Yes,
want to
exactly.
take along with them, and whichever they
Yes.
don't want in the playoffs. And trust me, they would not want SRH in the playoffs,
Yeah.
because SRH is one of the most
Strong
devastating teams.
contenders.
They have not been able to perform up to their potential. Uh, David Warner, Johnny Bairstow, and Rashid Khan in one team,
Yeah.
Best
and
is not
all
playing, I
three
think.
are runaway match winners. Bairstow is currently not playing, but on a given day when
Currently
they were
playing.
all playing, all three of them, uh, they can run away with the match. The opening partnership can win the match for them.
Yeah.
They don't need a third number three batsman, and so that's why they would not want them to be reaching. They would still be happy to have a Kings 11 or a Rajasthan Royal in the playoffs,
And they
because that
still
would be
have
easier for them to beat them.
yeah, and they still have the likes of Kane Williamson in the team as well, who can always win the game for them as well.
Of course.
but if
Let's
you are
And now
playing Kane
Jason Holder is
Williamson,
coming
you have
good.
to drop Johnny Bairstow, and I think that's good option.
yeah
You can drop Johnny Bairstow because
Yes.
other players have like stepped much better. Like Riddhiman Shah
yeah
is much stepped much better than Johnny Bairstow. Because like the kind we know Johnny Bairstow and even David Warner, they are not playing with that intent.
Yeah.
Even if we know that what Warner is devastating Warner, now he's not playing like destructive Warner anymore. He's like getting sort of responsibilities of captain and he's playing with that thing. I think he should leave that thing and he should play destructively. Even if he scores like in 5-6 overs, if the team to 50 or 60 and get out, it doesn't really matter for the team because he has done his job. And what's his job? With what that job is. And also coming to KKR, even if they win their match today, they have to hope that KXIP lose their match with CSK, SRH lose their match to
Why?
MI, and then they can qualify for the
Still not
playoffs. Because then
qualify.
SRH, RR,
They
and
will still not
Punjab will be
qualify.
on 12 points.
They will have to the DC versus RCB has to be very one-sided so
They
that
will
their net
stuck with
run
the
rate
net
can
run rate.
improve.
Yep.
Yes.
So
So these right now KKR is probably in the worst situation right now as far as net run rate is
Even
concerned.
net run rate.
yeah. So finally, moving to you, Rajasthan Royals fan. Let's start with Mr. Surinder. We have like around 10 minutes, so I guess the whole 10 minutes is for you guys. So let's start with Mr. Surinder and start with how important a match it is for Rajasthan today, and what your game plan might be for today, given how Stokes has been performing in the past two matches. What are your thoughts and expectations from today's match, and how Rajasthan will perform today?
I think it will all depend on the first match. Yeah, if CSK win, then we will go all guns blazing and beat KKR, because I think we are now have our settled lineup. I would go with the same team, and again just try to blast KKR if they bat first, win the toss and chase. I just want us to chase because I really trust us in the chase. But the issue today would be, what do we need after the first match? I know Sunrisers in the back of my mind. Sunrisers will support the party. I think they will beat Mumbai. I just think they've got so much more on that match. And Mumbai know they're on the top two now. Yes, they might say they don't want Sunrisers there, but I think Sunrisers will spoil the party. And also, do not count out DC and RCB, the loser of that one. That could be interesting as well. But hopefully for us, CSK win. And then we have a really good victory over KKR, which is possible because, as I say, we are the form team. Now, if we are chasing, I expect us to chase anything. If we're setting, I still think we will do really good against their bowling attack. Because although Cummins is bowling well, I think Lockie Ferguson has had his one good match. And we will be able to get a big total, something over 200. And that will help our net run rate as well. So I'm really confident of the match. And but I think if Kings 11 win the game, then I think we will be out of the tournament. Yeah.
And moving to European, what are your thoughts on how Rajasthan might perform today, and how?
So the thing with KKR versus Rajasthan is that both the teams are facing a severe leadership crisis right now. Clearly, they've chosen the best candidates on paper as far as the captains are concerned, but the captaincy has not been inspiring. KKR joined the party a bit late. Rajasthan has been doing that since the previous season, but that's the thing with them. The captains need to step up. The leadership has lacked ideas more so because with KKR it's the batting order, with us it's the bowling changes which has not clicked. I still think KKR has an upper hand because they have a more compact bowling lineup. I'm not a KKR fan, but I'll be wary of the fact that Varun Chakravarti and Pat Cummins are more dangerous than Jofra Archer all alone. Also, KKR likes its spin. They have quality Indian domestic players who are good players of spin. So expect fireworks against Tewati and Gopal, and I don't know if Markandeya will play. The good thing with us is that Stokes is back in form, not only with the bat but also with the ball. Just 8 RPO in the last match and 2 wickets. So that's a good thing. So probably some assistance to Jofra Archer. Karthik Tyagi has been expensive. That's the thing about it, but he's still an under 19 bowler, so I think we should cut him some slack. But otherwise, the bowling lineup for RR hasn't been that penetrating as far as you would want it to be. KKR, on the other hand, they have a good batting lineup, and I think they might bring in Andrew Russell today, considering the fact that we might have a Unatkar or a Varun Aaron or even an Ankit Rajput. And even if he scores a quick fire 35 out of 10 balls, then that might just seal the match for them. So yeah, and also Dinesh Karthik performs well against us, so it's unfortunate that way, but it is what it is. I think KKR will have an upper hand, but RR probably, if they chase, since we have won 5 matches or 6 matches, sorry, 5 matches out of 6 chasing. I think if we chase, then we still have a better chance than if we bat first. And as far as NRR is concerned, I don't think we'll really get to improve much because again, our bowling lacks ideas and it lacks penetrating. So yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
It'll be interesting to see, given how KKR has performed in the last few matches, that your net run rate can still improve because the top order literally just crumbled in the past few matches. Like
But look at the bowling they faced. Look at the bowling they faced, and look at the bowling we offered. So that will be a crucial aspect.
but I think Jofra Archer can make difference for Rajasthan Royals today, given the form he's in and given the way he bowls. I think he might be the point of difference for both the teams today. So hopefully he puts on a good display today and gets those important wickets so that you can manage that big win for against KKR tonight. But moving to you, Dinesh, what are your thoughts on how Rajasthan might play today and what they have to do for KKR today?
First of all, although I'm positive and optimistic at Rajasthan Royals' opportunities, I would take a slightly defensive approach as how Upen has actually taken. The reason why is exactly the reason what he told, the bowling. The bowling actually hasn't clicked up so much all through this season. It is just the batting that has actually risen up to the occasion at times and has fallen to the depth. So right from the beginning, if you see, there were 6 matches out of which 5 were actually won by Rajasthan Royals by chasing. So there was only one match that actually Rajasthan had won by batting first, and that was against CSK. And even in that match, CSK had just gone beyond 200. I mean, Rajasthan Royals has scored 217, and it was not a convincing victory as well. It was CSK which gave away the match so easily. It just gave up the match so easily. Yet they scored 200. So the reason why I tell you is the bowling is not up to the mark. That's what I would say. The batsmen like Steve Smith, Butler, Stokes, Sanju Samson have all started coming to the party, and they're pretty much unsung as well. But if you look at the bowling, it's always been the same concern as how KKR is actually facing with their batting. So if the batting is going to be a concern for KKR, then it's going to be bowling being a big concern for Rajasthan Royals, because be it KKR with their batting and be it Rajasthan Royals with their bowling, it's been bits and pieces. So if you look at Royals, I would say Jofra Archer with his 4 overs is very much clinical, disciplined and mannered with his bowling. Whereas the other 16 overs, out of the 16 overs, 3 or 4 overs come very handy for Royals, and the other 10 to 12 overs have gone so berserk in the aspect or the perspective of the Royals, I would say. Because the reason why I'm saying this is, I mean, the power plays, 2 overs would be bowled by Jofra Archer, and the other 4 overs would go for runs. And what happens thereafter is the spinners, the 2 spinners, Tewatia and Shreyas Gopal, are into huge pressure that they were not able to actually put an attacking mindset, attacking game into the play. So what they come and play is they just bowl those dot balls. They try not to be hit out of the ground. So they are not actually as attacking as they're expected to be, and that is actually the cause of the defeats that are happened. So the 8 overs, the 8 middle overs that come from Shreyas and Rahul Tewatia have been a concern for me, at least. I would say it was disciplined. It was decent, actually, I would say, but I was not actually convinced and satisfied, just because of the fact they were not attacking as how you would see from Rahul Chahar. If it is Ashwin, Ravichandran Ashwin, or Rashid Khan, or Yuzvendra Chahal of RCB. I mean, what they used to do is they used to attack straight away, no matter where the game is, no matter the batsmen are blazing the guns at. No matter the run rate is about 10 runs, the batsmen are actually approaching. These bowlers whom I mentioned, they just charge and attack straight away when they are given with the chance, where the bowlers like Shreyas and the Tewati were not able to do that just because of the fact they were taking the defensive approach. So the reason why I tell you is, if it is going to be a win, it's not going to be a one-sided match where the batsmen have been winning matches for you. It has to be one last time that the bowlers should actually pitch into the act, and they should actually try to challenge their opponents by their bowling and not expect the batsman to do the trick every time. So if you're not going to bowl, then you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. That's simple as that. That's what I would say. So you need to be clinically do 20 overs of bowling.
I guess we have less than a minute left, so if the meeting ends, I'm so sorry about that. But then, quickly moving to you, Ayush. What are your thoughts on how Royals will play out tonight? Just 20 to 30 seconds.
So I guess right off the bat, it's absolutely futile for both the teams in the KKR versus RR fixture to think about the net run rate, because our net run rate is so bad that there's no way that we can expect ourselves to have a very one-sided match. and win it tonight. And then the DC versus RCB match to one side as well. So we just have to hope that we give our best, even if we manage to barely scrape through it, we do that. And then, of course, we'll know the result of Punjab match by then. And then we just have to hope that Hyderabad loses to Mumbai. That's that. And the bowlers have to come to the party. Arsha can't be the lone warrior.
Yep. So let's hope that we all get to witness an amazing 2 matches today, and hopefully may the best.
Halla bol, halla bol, halla bol.
So on that note,
CSK,
CSK, CSK, CSK, CSK.
Whistle for
Still
two.
for